Hey, how's it going today, everyone? It's Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode of Coffee with Coach. A lot later than normal. Been a very busy morning today. Got a lot of things happening, so pushed a lot of things behind schedule. Even my jiu-jitsu training, no jiu-jitsu training for me today. That's how busy I am. Had to call in reinforcements today and have Coach Danielle teach classes today because I couldn't make it up to the school this morning. So that's what kind of day it's been. Not hurt, not anything, just couldn't make it up to the school. Got a lot of work being done around the house. Some contractors and stuff like that are here, so my presence is needed. So anyways, the last couple days, I've been talking about these degrees of action, right? So if you're just hopping on with me and you haven't been following me the last couple days, the 10X rule book, Grant Cardone, all right, he's got 4 degrees of action. First degree of action I talked about 3 days ago was do nothing. Okay, people that don't do anything. Second degree was I already forgot it. It was the retreaters. Okay, the retreaters, people that come across some hard times, some difficulties in their goals, and don't get what they want, so they retreat from them. Don't continue on and accomplish them. And then the third degree of action was the normal level average activity, where you're just kind of doing average stuff, not really doing much, just kind of there, not really making a difference. And then we now have the 4th degree of action, which is massive action, okay? So in the beginning here, he kind of talks more of like some business stuff. So I'm going to skip a little bit through this and then just get right to the goodies where the goodies are at. The other stuff is good too, but he kind of talks more about his personal stuff there. But anyways, he says, I've been called a lot of things due to my commitment to action, a workaholic, obsessive, greedy, never satisfied, driven, and even manic. Yet every time I've been labeled, it's always been by someone operating at less than the 4th degree of action. I have never had someone who is more successful than me, considering my excessive action to be a bad thing, because successful people know firsthand what it takes to achieve this kind of success. They know themselves how to get where they want to go and would never identify massive action as undesirable in any way. Taking massive action means making somewhat unreasonable choices and then following these up with even more action. This level of action will be considered by some to be borderline insane, well beyond the agreed upon social norm, and will always create new problems. But remember, if you don't create new problems, then you're not taking enough action. You can also expect to be criticized and labeled by others when you start taking massive action. The second you start hitting it big, you will immediately be judged by the mediocre. People who operate at the other 3 levels of action will be threatened by your activity level and will often make it seem somehow wrong in order to make themselves right. That's good stuff, right? These people cannot stand seeing others succeed at these levels and will do everything to stop them. Whereas a sane person would step up to your level, a mediocre person will tell you that you're wasting your time. This won't work in your industry. It is a turnoff to your clientele. No one will want to work with you, and so on. Even management occasionally discourages employees from putting forth this kind of substantial effort. You will know you are stepping into the realm of massive action when you create new problems for yourself and you start to receive criticism and warning from others. But stay strong. This activity will break you out of the hypnotic state of mediocrity that you've been taught to accept. He goes on to, no one is going to come to your house and make your dreams come true. No one is going to march into your company and make your products known to the world. In order to stand out from the crowd and for customers to even consider your product, services, or organization, you must take massive action. I talked about the importance of domination in my last book, If You're Not First, You're Last. I was not alluding to the physical domination, but rather to the mentality occupying the space of the public, so that when people think of your product, service, or industry, they think of you. Making massive action a discipline will break you through obscurity, increase your value in the marketplace, and will generate success in any area you elect. So again, this is more of a business guy, real estate, that kind of thing. But it still gets the point across. Like, you can do nothing, right? You can retreat from your goals, You can kind of just be average, just kind of hanging out, being there, or you can take massive action, get things done, and accomplish and achieve a lot of stuff, right? And again, what it caught my attention when I was listening to it was the haters. You know, you're just going to get haters for whatever reason, because why? They want to make you feel somewhat like you're doing something wrong, because they're not willing to get up and make things happen for themselves. So when you start winning, okay, when you start winning and start taking action like you're supposed to, you're going to, you know, come across haters, which I've dealt with them pretty much all my life, right? So I had brought this up to my class yesterday at the 10:30 class. You know, I just had some students that I saw could do better, and like outside the mat, you know, referring to some of like their conditioning, stuff like that. So they're basically just getting by with just like some, like, you can get good at doing jiu-jitsu by just doing jiu-jitsu, right? And some people totally disagree with me with the fact that doing cardio, like running, stuff like that, doesn't help with the jiu-jitsu. I totally disagree. It's just my opinion. It definitely helps me. Anyways, what I was getting at was, I was just telling some of the guys on the mat yesterday, like, I see you struggling. And a lot of the way you're struggling is because you're not really doing anything else. You know, you're not really eating all that healthy. You're not really running. You're not working out. You're not doing the other things to complement your jiu-jitsu to make it better. So when you come in here and you wrestle with someone, or you do jiu-jitsu with someone that's, you know, a little bit better than you, training longer, whatever the case, you're always going to struggle. You're going to have a hard time. How do you close that gap? You close that gap by doing these other things that are within your, you know, within your reach to do, you know, eating healthy, you know, running, working out, you know, that kind of thing. Taking care of yourself better is going to up your level of jiu-jitsu and make it better, because you're just in better shape, right? So versus someone that's not. So, and then I also have, you know, the motivation with, for those that have been following, I have a student of mine, Ted. He's not doing all that well. He had a stroke. And I just been telling everyone, look, and I had another friend of mine that he just recently got released from the hospital, Mike, up in Michigan. He had a staph infection. He had a couple brain surgeries and stuff like that. Lost one side of his body, so he's had to learn how to do all that again. So again, I've been pushing lately. Like, you just never know when things might happen to you. So every day is an opportunity that you wake up to just get things done. And every day that you just sit on the couch and watch TV and not do anything is just wasted. It's just a wasted day. You just have no idea when things are going to happen. Hopefully you live a very long, fruitful life. But in some cases, some people, that's just not the case. You just never know when things are going to happen. So take the opportunity to just get things done and make things happen. Like this stuff, like those kind of things with my student Ted and then my friend Mike. You know, man, I had a friend of mine that I grew up with, really close to. I mean, he passed away, I think 3-4 years ago. You know, I think at 43 years old, something like that. I mean, that's young. You know, that's pretty young. And so there's a lot of motivation behind all that stuff, to make these videos, to read these books, listen to the things that I'm listening to try to improve myself day in and day out, because I just have no idea when my last day is going to be here. This could be the last episode because something happens. Hopefully it's not, but at least I can look back and say, man, you know, I made things happen. I got things done. There's always more to do. There's always more to do. There's more for me to do. And just like today, even though there's a lot of stuff going on, I'm trying to squeeze this in, get this in, make sure I don't want to mess up my streak, because this is, I think, episode 173. And I know this stuff helps a lot of people. So anyways, get it together, get back in the win column. Okay, if you're taking some L's, it's all right. We all take L's. We all make mistakes. We all do things sometimes that we shouldn't, say things that we shouldn't. Everything is pretty much fixable, man. You just got to change your mindset. You know, someone messaged me earlier, and they were just they were kind of down and out, and they were just like, man, I'm feeling negative. And my advice to them right away was, you got to get control of your mind. Like, if you don't get control of your mind, you don't get control of you feeling negative right now, it's a downward spiral. And this individual has done some things that they're not that proud of, and they went backwards in life because they allowed a negative thing that happened to them really just set them back. You know, you start thinking bad things and you start allowing bad things in your life. And my message to them this morning was get control of it. Get control of it quick. Because if you don't, before you know it, man, you're just in a really bad place. Like, you're worse than where you're at right now. And that's not where we want to go. We want to go forward. Like I've been talking about, that this book has been talking about. No one wins if you're not winning. Okay, we don't benefit from your failure. We benefit from your winning. So we need you to win. So if you're not winning, let's get back in the win column. Let's get back to it, and let's make some things happen. And the only way to do that is that 4th degree. All right, massive action. All right, so let's get to it. It's a beautiful day outside. Get that running, get that walk in. Whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, get it done today. Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean you get a day off. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one.